Would you ever suggest someone comes here on a visitor's visa to get a job?
Absolutely not. A visitor's visa is designed for a specific purpose. You're making a representation, both at the U.S. consulate if you had to obtain a visa, or if you already have a visa when you're entering at the border, that I am here for XYZ. I'm going to a wedding, I'm going to a funeral, I'm going to visit Disney World, whatever I'm going to do. And I'm going to look for a job is not one of them. Or my idea is I land here and I find an employer and then I'm going to convert. I think in most cases, if that's your intention, I would definitely discourage you from that. There are situations, however, that if you are here as a visitor and circumstances change and an opportunity comes up, that you can convert from a visitor's visa to a green card. There are a lot of hospitals that are very wary of that process because of the representation you've already made and the potential of problems. And so there are some who are frankly not willing to go that route. There are others that, from a practical perspective, it can be fairly difficult. If you're here in the US, obviously you can't work as a visitor. And it can take 6 months to get a work permit through the U.S. process. If you're here in the States, through what they call the adjustment of status process. That can sometimes be practically difficult. If you file the case shortly after you came into the U.S. and then the USCIS makes the assumption that you had a preconceived intent to immigrate. And they can not only deny that case, but charge you with visa fraud. And if that in fact happens, then your path back to the US at a later date is pretty insurmountable. And so the risks are very, very large to try to immigrate off of a visitor's visa. So we would generally discourage that.
Okay, so that's really good advice, Li-Ling. And for anybody watching, each visa has its own intention. If you intend to come on a visitor's visa, you're coming as a visitor, you're coming on vacation. If you intend to come on a green card, that is a permanent visa. So always be mindful of that. You don't want to make a mistake. And then, as Mike says, have a big problem on the back end. So I'm really grateful that Li-Ling asked that question. So hopefully that can be a warning for anybody who is thinking of doing something like that.